I've gotten a couple comments about this multi-tool right here, so I thought I'd go ahead and review this. This is from a fairly well-known tool company, Wurth. This is the Reinhold Wurth Limited Edition Multi-Function Tool. Now, this tool right here reminds me of a lot of other tools, and we'll get into that, but right now I just want to go over the functions, and then I'll give you if I think it's worth it or not, because this limited edition tool comes in at $69.59. Now, Wurth, the tool company, is based in Germany since 1954. And this tool right here, however, I do not believe is a German tool. All the tools are on the outside. We've got spring-loaded pliers on the inside. We have non-replaceable wire cutters. Now, these pliers look a little bit different, but they are, I think I've seen different ones like this off of AliExpress or Amazon. They don't look that different. It does say limited edition right there on the pivot point. These are the handles, you have the springs, and then there are no ruler markings on the inside of the handle, which usually there would be. These are similar to something like what would be on the Arc, the Leatherman Arc, or SOG has designs as well as a lot of cheaper tools as well. Now, the outside of the tool and the pliers will be black. All the inside tools will be more like chrome, very, very shiny. Let's get all these tools out there. Don't want to cut myself. So they talk on their website about this knife. They are very proud that this is 440A. They even have it right there listed on the blade, 440A. Now, there are better tool stills out there, but they are very excited about that. And the next tools will be a little bit of a combination. I'm not sure why we have a very polished serrated blade. There's the can opener, very Leatherman-like with the wire cutter there on the bottom. And then also the serrated blade, they will very prominently say 440A. And then in the middle, and to unlock these, you'll just push this button right here. But then in the middle will be this Phillips screwdriver that looks very much like something off of a Leatherman. Those are the tools. Again, we can deploy the knife and then just push that lock back. Here on this side is the two-sided file. Neither side of this looks very coarse. They both look pretty fine, but this is the file that they give you. A little bit more of a close-up shot of the file. And let's reach in here. There's a lot of space in between here. The next tool will be the awl, and then there is the bottle opener and the flat screwdriver. And then the ruler, actually, I forgot about this, is on the saw. Now, I don't think I usually see that, but that's a little different. And that's a different looking saw as well right there. Very interesting. Inches and metric. So the saw, the file, and the Phillips screwdriver do look a little bit better quality, but the rest of the tools are extremely shiny. Very, very like chrome, which to me is a little disappointing. I'm not a huge fan of this like mirror finish right there. That's, yeah, not a fan. All right, so that's the Wurth limited edition tool for around $70. Now, what I want to show you is this is a very similar design in the lock mechanism from a Walmart knife. And these right here have some very shiny tools, sort of a mixture of tools. Just want to show you that this design is not necessarily premium. Now, this tool right here is now branded under WE Tools. It seems to keep changing names, but it has some similarities to this tool as well. There's the serrated blade, the knife, there's these very shiny outside tools. Now, this one right here actually has a bit driver, which I would say is even better. And then there is the ruler on the file, or this is on the file instead of the saw, but you see some very similar characteristics. Now, when I open this one up, I actually like the pliers on these a little bit better because they're longer reaching. These are spring-loaded as well, and these come in, I think, around $17. All these are outside tools. I mean, look at that compared to, yeah. I don't know. I just prefer these pliers over this one right here. What are my thoughts about this multi-tool? Well, unfortunately, I do not think it's worth the money. I know several of you, or at least a couple of comments, had reached out and said, please review it. So I did find it, I think for $20 to $30. I did not pay the full price. I could tell that I probably would not like it, but I sort of wanted it just to add to my collection anyway. But I would actually prefer these. This is a very similar tool like this Wii tool. This is branded Meritech, or Meturk. But I would prefer a tool like this because it has that double-sided bit driver. And this is one of the tools I started out with in HVAC right here. These actually work pretty good. I would prefer this for around $19 over spending $70 for this tool. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the weight of these tools, because I can tell both of these are extremely heavy, and that's something else you really want to consider. This comes in at 12 ounces, so that would be around the size of the Leatherman Surge. This comes in even, a little heavier? Yeah, so this is, no, the same exact weight. All right, so 12 ounces. Let's turn this to grams, 344 grams. That is, that's a little outrageous. This is an extremely heavy multi-tool. And I guess I'm trying to figure out what adds so much weight. Well, it's got these huge spacers right here. It's got these big slabs of metal. I don't know. I don't think they've even curled this frame. I think they've essentially bolted this. They've taken two big slabs of metal and then, almost like the Leatherman Charge, yeah, they bolted it together, and they're relying on this to keep everything rigid, plus some of these internal tools right here, or not tools, but this internal frame. So there's like a spring right there. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little different because you can see the space in between. So there's big slabs of metal, there's big heavy spacers. These look pretty bulky. Yeah, everything is just a little bit over-engineered, I guess you would say, so that it doesn't break. And then there's these huge slots where there's nothing, no tools. It's a fine tool for $20, but for $70, yeah, don't buy it for $70. Let me know if there's any other tools you'd like me to review, and I'll catch you in the next one.